joy to be able to moderate this Q&A with all these amazing filmmakers that are so smart and funny and warm-hearted. And if anyone wants to come up, now's the time to do it, because that's when you see the hands
So
going
I'd like to invite his cast, Summer,
Actors.
and Molly and Melissa.
So as we have people come up, I'd love for each of the filmmakers to introduce themselves, their film, and whatnot. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Susan Brennan, and I was one of the producers of One Day Home.
I'm Alfredo Narciso, and I acted in and produced One Day Home.
I'm Rebecca Louise Miller, and I wrote and acted in One Day Home.
I'm Drew Denny, and I directed One Day Home.
I have one. Hi, I'm Janelle Tedesco, and I wrote, produced, and starred in Stunt Mom.
Hi, I'm Tamara Fish. I directed Resolutions.
I'm Nadine Malouf. I was in the film. I'm Victoria Mack. I was also so in the film.
Hi, I'm Juliette Brett, and I played Shawnee in Summer.
Hi, I'm Malaki, and I was co-producing Summer.
Hi, I'm Emmy James, and I played Bela in Summer.
Hi, I'm Kaya McCartan. I play Mrs. Schoen in Summer.
Hi, I'm Melissa Weiss. I also co-produced Summer.
My name is Pearl Gluck. I'm the director of Summer and the writer, and I also want to do a shout out to Loser Tversky and Matt Geller, who are back there and were involved in the film as well.
And we missed one person.
Hey everybody, Frank Cards. I'm in this awesome movie, One Day Home.
So my first question is, for each film, what made you want to tell this story, this particular story, and are there any parts of your personal life that you put into it? It's a good way to start, right?
Yeah. One Day Home was inspired by an actual real-life adventure I had shopping for a bed. Some of the lines are stolen directly from life because I'm not that creative. Okay, me. Stunt Mom. Well, there are some things from my life. My husband and my kids are in there. I'm not a professional stunt woman anymore, but I wanted to tell the story of just a busy mom that can just get everything done, because it always seems like mothers are magical and they can just do everything. And I just wanted to take it to a next level and like put that bigger and make her a professional stunt woman. So that's why it was funnier that way.
I did not write the film, but what I was drawn to in it was the idea that there are these moments in your life where you suddenly realize that things have gotten away from you, and you're then all of a sudden running to catch up when you thought maybe you knew what was going on, which is something that I have had a number of times in my life. And the screenwriter said something about this film and her work that also really I love, and that I think is true about it, which is that she really loves putting women in morally precarious situations, which I think is fascinating and is something that was really exciting to me about the film.
I should be and am preceded by my amazing cast and crew, and there's 2 other cast members in here, maybe 3, Audrey, Chloe, Paris, they're in there, sweet. Okay, so my name's Pearl. The film was based on my summer camp, some of aspects of my summer camp experience. But I did steal the book Our Bodies Are Souls from the library, and my fantastic editor, Kristen Sprague, made me take out the scene where Emmy, playing Bela, finds the book. But I wanted to play with some aspects of sexuality, femininity, and entitlement, and I wanted to look a little about, being the straight character in the scene and kind of walking away with all the privilege and leaving Shawnee there all by herself. So that was the image I always had in my mind. And then we just worked backwards, and as you can see, an amazing cast and crew and support behind us making the film.
So the next thing I want to know is, was there I want to know one magical moment when everything in the film came out just the way you wanted and it was like brilliant, and then I want to know one like crisis, like what happened, is everything going to be okay, what's going to happen, one of each.
We don't kiss and tell, just so you know.
Yeah. We started that in.
Oh,
All right, Emmy. I'll start. I know one. When I was thinking of Stunt Mom, all the images were coming up in my mind about what I wanted it to look like. And I was certainly thinking a lot about the dinner scene or making dinner. And I had these images in my mind of just these mounds of food. But then as the producer and as the star of it and as the mom, I was like, oh, I have to make all that. I have to get all that done on the day that we're shooting all this stuff. And when it all came together and we put everything on the plate and I had the director there and the DP was there and all these people were there and all the food was there, and I was like, oh my God, this was in my head. It all came out how it was in my head. So that was the great, wonderful moment. The how is this ever going to work out moment is after it was all shot, and then it was like sound, and how are we going to make it all go together and then like be a real film. Ah! So that was scary.
Thank you for going first.
Well, maybe Malky and Melissa, you could talk a little bit about how you showed Emmy and Juliet how to be intimate in a way that maybe from the outside world is perceived as intimate, but from inside the Hasidic community, a lot of women have closeness that isn't laden with, it might lead to sexual intimacy, because how could it? So there was that moment in the bunkhouse where that would be Malky and this is Melissa, who are kind of training Juliet and Emmy how it works in the Hasidic world. I mean, like, it's a film, so there's lots of, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening, and then it turns into these penicillin moments, which are just magical. So I almost feel like there's a lot of them. Do you guys think of anything?
We had our alternate title. We kept calling it "Jew is the warmest color." We were just like, yeah, we had a lot of fun.
So Melissa and I were growing up in the Hasidic community where people are really girls. We grow up together and we are very touchable and lovable, and this is just everyday lifestyle. And then we get these beautiful girls and they are just actually respecting each other, and we're like, no, 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 no. So we lay down on the bed and we were showing them, this is how it's done, you know. We gave them the whole play, and then they were very, very good and pretending like they know how it's done.
No, what she said.
Actually, there's one more, and I think Taya can talk about it. I mean, I think we talk about the universal language of fitting in, and we talked a lot about how she's going to play this role and not be marmy and intense. So I don't know if you want to share, you know, the connection with.
My mom is here tonight, and I used her a lot. Sorry, Mom. It's a way in.
Where's Mom?
Sort of.
Where's Mom?
There she is. You know, it's a very different world than anything I've ever experienced, and in the end, though, it doesn't matter because it's such a human story. And how do you be a role model to these girls? In a way, she's doing something crushing, but she doesn't think that she is. She's doing something to save her and give her a path that's like strong and clear. You know, you don't want to villainize anybody. You want to find a way that's like, I don't know, so true. Thanks, Mom.
I have something to say. Oh, so I just wanted to say, so what was exciting about seeing it come together is that we were a little bit like, how are they going to get the truth, you know, of these characters, because it's such an insular world, and we have to teach them the little things. But in the end, it's a human story, and they brought it beautifully, right? Right? Yeah, so I'm really happy with how it came out. But it's true. Yeah.
Does anyone else want to go before we open it up for the audience?
I'd like to share our miracle moment, I think, was when our cast came together. Because Rebecca wrote the film, and we first auditioned for Adam via Skype. And I mean, I think we knew like pretty instantly. We gave the other guys a fair shot, but like it was after Alfredo, I was kind of like, okay, next, done, we're done. And then from there, such wonderful talent came to us, and I have to say, it was truly an honor. And when the catastrophes and crises happen, which of course they do, because that's making a movie, if you know, those things will fade in our memories, hopefully. But working with this cast really was a miracle, and a short film like this was amazing. Do you guys want to go?
I mean, there were so many wonderful, there were many, many wonderful, miraculous moments, I feel, and we had some bumpy moments in the edit, where we discovered that I did something wrong on the day, and I had to find a way around, and Sarah, my editor, is here, and she helped me save it. But yeah, I also feel like my cast, in a lot of ways, was the saving of everything. They were wonderful to work with. They were, and they were great partners to the text and to each other, and that made everything kind of, you could rest on that, even when everything else was kind of falling apart.
Does anyone in the audience have questions?
My question's for Summer. I loved your film, but I was hoping you could offer some clarity on one of the shots in your film.
Sure.
What was your intent behind the underwater shot that you did of the girls in the pool?
One of the guys just wanted to take all his clothes off and jump in the water with the camera, and so we were like, what the hell, just kidding. I don't know if there's intention. I'm with, tell me your name, the director of Resolutions?
Tamara.
I'm with Tamara. Like, you know, you sit in the editing room and you go, holy crap, do I really know what I'm doing? And then there are moments like the underwater footage, and you're like, oh, I'm so glad I let my director of photography do what she wants. You know, so it's just beautiful, and, you know, we could talk about the metaphor of water and, you know, rebirth and discovery, and we could talk about the metaphor of kitty cats, but the bottom line is, you know, we're also in the visual arts, and it was just so beautiful, and they were so generous, so we just went for it.
Thank you and congratulations to all the actors and the directors. I wanted to ask Susan, today it's the day of the Women's March, and I had no idea that we had this initiative. So I wanted to ask you, how do you feel about the chance for women to be in the film? I don't know how has it been for you to make all this. I love them all. And at the same time, you think that, I don't want to mean that we are better or not, but yes, we have a different way to tell stories. Thank you.
That's why I put underwater footage in. No, I'm glad she said that. I meant to mention it. We're just, like the other directors on the stage, we just sit there and look at our cast and we go, how do we get so lucky? Or our crew. And so I forgot to mention a very special gratitude to the Big Apple Film Festival for scheduling this on this particular night.
This is
during
really
the-
Absolutely. And especially on a day like today, it really makes
Really
sense.
meaningful.
And when the screening started, I was so excited that I heard so much laughter, which is something that, you know, you don't expect to hear it sometimes, like in this huge booming kind of echo, and I noticed that like throughout all the films, even the tender-hearted moments were funny and warm. Do we have time for one last question?
I just wanted to say one thing to that. Part of One Day Home coming together, there's an organization called Film Fatales, and we love Film Fatales. Women working with women is so powerful, and that is like, that's how Drew and Rebecca, we came together, and from that there's a lot of networking to happen and infrastructure to be built, and it's so exciting because it's being built right now. You know, I feel like this is a really exciting time for women in film, and work with women.
Yes, for Resolutions. Tamara, I know you've worked as a director in theater. How would you compare it to working with film?
Well, I can compare it pretty directly because this film was a play that I directed as a play. So for me, there were a lot of things I have yet to learn, and there were a lot of things I learned in this process. I think one of the exciting things was to discover that once you frame the shot, that you're just directing what's inside the frame, which is no different from directing what's inside the frame of your stage, right? So that I could do, that I could understand. For me, the thing that was the most exciting on taking this story from stage to film was the ability of the camera to see inside the emotional lives of individuals and characters, and to allow the story changed the way the story lands changed a lot because of that, and to get access to the richness that is the lives of the actors, which is really, really exciting. And then you can pull back a lot because there's so much there. And all of the actors I worked with are actors with really serious theater chops, and so they were also really excited about, as many of these actors are, some of them I know, very excited about being able to work as an ensemble and work together and play with each other a lot, which was really great. Do you guys want to talk about that?
Thank you so very much, and congratulations to all you lovely ladies.